Welcome to another edition of JLJ After Dark. I'm JLJ here on JLJ Media. As you saw, tonight's uh, title is Are People Still Having Sex? Actually, there was a song back in the 90s by Latour, Latour, called People Are Still Having Sex. It was a big hit song. Um, he also had a couple of songs back then, but this was one of the bigger ones. He had a song in the Sliver soundtrack in the movie with Sharon Stone. That was very popular too. But this song was a very popular song in the mainstream, and made me think of the title. Because I want to talk about that a little bit because I'm a single person, so I don't have anybody. And I used to say that I haven't had a choice in not having sex last 4 years. So, but people are reminding me I always have a choice, meaning try to hook up with somebody or paying for it. Yes, I could pay for sex. I could. I'm not going to do that, but I could. And then anybody who does it, that's fine. It's their business. I thought about it once actually recently. I was like, I thought about what it'd be like to look somebody up and actually pay them to have sex with me. I just couldn't do it. That's just not me at this point in my life. It's just not me. I've never been a person. I'm not a huge one night stand person, but I've had some in my past. I'm very much a person who likes to get to know somebody a little bit first before I do anything with them. And that's not because I'm trying to be prude or be noble. Just that's just how I am. I don't just give myself away freely. That's just how I am. With that, and there was a pandemic, so that there was. So I was with somebody before the pandemic, and the pandemic hit, and of course that changed a lot of stuff. Um, but and also I'm a little older and I don't go out or anything. So like, I'm not on any apps or anything. So it's one of those things where I'm just like, I'm not having sex. But I was looking around at people and I'm finding out a lot of people aren't having it. Not everybody's having it. They're not. Um, I'd almost bet that I don't know the statistics. I don't even know. I wouldn't even know the statistics. But from things I've seen and heard and discussions I've had, I would say probably half the couples out there are not having sex. Not really. They have companionship. They have a lot of other things going on, which I miss that also. That's more important to me. But actual down home, passionate sex, I doubt it. I know couples who aren't having it at all, actually. They're not. But they're still together and they love each other and stuff. They just don't. And I know it's not an age thing because I know people who are younger too. And my thing is, they'll say, well, you get younger or you get older, you don't want this much. No, that's not true at all. There's so many studies out there have shown that older folks are having sex at record rates. With the advent of drugs and all kinds of different sex you can have. There's not that doesn't mean anything. That age doesn't mean anything. But it's an interesting thing to me because again, I'm a single person who's not getting any affection or anything at all in that kind of way, and I want it, but I could imagine having a partner and not having it. Like, no affection, no, we're not together, not doing anything. That would be so. It's almost like they say you can. They say that there's a saying. Make sure I get it out. You can be alone in a crowded room, or no, you feel lonely in a crowded room. And I have felt that a few times in my life. You can feel, yeah, you can feel, I think it's, you can feel lonely in a crowded room. I felt that way a couple of times in my life. When I say it's lonely at the top, I'm not at the top. I'll say I'm lonely, it's lonely at the middle. Let's just say that. Or below middle or whatever. You can feel that way. I've gone to situations where I'm the only guy or person who doesn't have a partner. Everybody else is partnered up. No matter what the relationships are, whether they're dysfunctional or real, doesn't even matter. Everyone else is linked up except for me. And that at times did not feel fun. Um, Now, this is not to be confused where there have been times in my life where I was happily single. That has happened many times where I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm single. I want to be single. Like I got something. I was like, I don't want to be bothered. Um, I know a couple of times when I was starting over in my life, I really was. I was just like, no, I just want. I need to start over. I need to focus on that. I need to start over. I need to like focus, and a relationship can't get in the way. And so that's interesting. But in terms of sex, which people just, it's always that taboo subject, I'm finding not everybody's doing it. I'm like, everybody's doing it. They're not. They're just, and that to me is so, you'd be just very surprised. There's certain couples I know stuff, and I'm like, wow, I would have never guessed. And it's for a myriad of reasons, for all kinds of reasons. Um, who are doing it. But for all of the stuff we talk about in society and on social media and different laws and stuff like that, how important is it? I mean, it's I would say when done right and with the right person, it's a wonderful expression. It is. And for me, and again, I'm not being a prude or anything. I'm just a kind of old fashioned person. If I have a connection with you on some level, know you on some level, it's better. Just is. I just think it is. It's better. That's just me. I think um I can be romantic, I guess. I can. I haven't had any romance in a long time either. And that's also too, so it's funny. I have seen a few shows, and I've done shows on this, where people are just like starving for attention. Um, like I said, attention, but I'm not saying like about, but they want to be seen, they want to be heard, um, and they want someone to make them feel a certain way. So that's really emotional. And even though sex is in the mind, also, feeling attractive is good too. And for some people, just someone looking at them a certain way or treating them a certain way, even without sex, makes them feel really attractive. That turns them on, makes them feel attractive. Um, the actual act is something totally else. But I just know a lot of people they're saying out there they want, they really want the companionship. They want the cuddles. They want the expressions of of love and like. They want those things. So I'm like, I can see that. I miss those things too. You want things that are different than a friendship. You want more than a friendship. You want because you have some friends who are really cool to you too. I don't want to say don't want to cut them out. There are friends who can be really cool and treat you really nice and occasionally take care of things. But then there's certain things they don't do because they're your friends, and you may not deal with your friends. Um, you still feel like you're missing something. And I know in my life, I know for a fact a few of my friends are having sex on a regular basis, and another group, or maybe semi-regular. Another group, I know that I'm having it at all, and another group, I have no idea. Not saying I want to know all their business. So I'm just saying I just have no idea. I just don't know if they are or not. Um, and when I say that, I mean anything, that range. That's the gamut from kissing and holding each other to like solid affection to the actual heavier acts. I just I think because it's that right. That's a wide range, and so um, I don't know. Like I said, I'm a single guy, so I'm sitting here going, I'm like starving for it. I can't seem to get it. And I have to say that again. I'm not on the apps. I was, and nothing was happening. No one was checking for me. I don't go out to clubs and bars. I'm past that stage in my life. I'm 55 years old. I'm like, I have no desire to do that. And a lot of times when I went out, they're all on their phones. And no one, again, no one's checking for me. It's a younger man's game. Um, I'm out there in events and stuff, and a lot of us are just busy. We're all out there trying to get, but then you're working. It's like you're busy trying to get that next interview or that next PR person or it's that next event. Like you're so busy doing that. It's not really about trying to hook up with somebody in the business for me either. And now I work from home mostly, and I'm also a satellite. I'm an entrepreneur on my own. I'm not at a company anymore. I'm not at a studio anymore where you get, more things happen too when you're there. Nope, that isn't, I don't have that anymore either. So I was like, again, I'm not at the stage where I want to hire somebody. Um, then part of me, of course, I'm a content creator. So I'm like, what if I did and like recorded the whole process? And everything's for content, right? Not record me doing it. That's when the cameras go off. I mean, like I'm just talking about like me going through the process of looking and I'm like I always think about that as a content creator. It's everything's content. We always laugh about that, but I don't have the nerve. I don't have that nerve at all. I don't. I just don't have that in me for whatever reason. I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to be noble or anything, or that's just me. I just can't do it. Stops me. So I continue to be celibate, I guess until further notice. I don't know, I don't know what that means. I just it is so funny because I there are parts of me just go, am I ever gonna have sex ever again? Will it ever happen? Like, will it happen naturally? Will it ever happen? Or am I done? Is that it? Is that really, am I at 55, am I done? And it was just never happen again. It's just so weird, right? Because, it's funny when you get older, had some talks with friends of mine who are in their 50s and 60s. Just certain things are different. Things hit you differently at these ages. It's not about even feeling old, it's that your outlook is just so different. Because you're kind of like, okay, well, let's see, at me at 55, I go, if I'm really lucky, I have another good 20, maybe 30 years. So we're talking 75 and then 85. Like I can't imagine, but it's not that far off, right? I don't even feel like I'm turning 60 in about 4 years. Like that's kind of crazy. So I'll be 56 next. So I was like, it's just that your life, there's some things that just are different when you view stuff. You guys who are older know this. I was shook on 50 plus. We talked about this on that show. How you view friendships differently, relationships differently, energy differently, what energy you want to give out, what energy you want to exude, like, put out there. You view it differently when you get older. A lot of times you're willing to do certain things, and other things you're just not willing to do at all. And there's some things you just kind of go, okay, oh well, I don't have the energy for that either. I don't know. It's so weird to me. I'm at this age where I'm just like, I never had a problem. I never thought this would happen to me. I just always thought I'd have somebody. Because up until 50, I guess 51, because the pandemic, I always had somebody at least in the wings, or I was dating somebody, or I was talking to somebody. There were some dry spells, but not for long. And I'm like, wow, this is the longest I've gone. Was 4 years. I can say the last time I had sex was in February 2020. Last time it's over 4 years, almost 5 years. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of crazy. Um, so I don't know. I have no idea. These are my late night musings with you guys. I don't think about this stuff all the time. I'm so busy, just like I'm focused on my work and my mother and family situation that I don't really think about this stuff until I do shows like this and I go, well, I should think about it. And now I'm like a little depressed, thinking about like, God, I'm a little depressed not thinking about it. I'm gonna come out of it. I'm gonna do something else. But it's just kind of like it's just like I don't sit around thinking about this stuff because I don't want to be depressed. And I just feel like I can't control it anyway. Just I got things I want to do in my life. I'm going forward with them, and I've kind of resigned myself to the fact that it may never happen again. I may never fall in love again. I may never any of that stuff ever again. And it could happen. It also could happen. Sure, it could happen also. Um, but I'm just like, I'll just work. I'll just continue to work and just keep working. And if something pops up, it pops up, I guess. That's your late night talk. I know we're gonna talk some subjects this week that people don't talk about because it's late Um, yeah, JLJ. This is JLJ After Dark. You can listen to me too on audio. Check out JLJ this evening and JLJ this morning. Talk to you next time.